Today we're going to take another look at the 2024 recruiting class, and we're going to shine a spotlight on four-star wide receiver Cam Williams, who signed with Notre Dame. He's a very interesting prospect. We're going to be looking at the highlights. We're going to be looking at his scouting report over at 24/7 Sports, and we're going to take a look at his ratings over on 3 so we can get a good idea of where he's projected. But before we do all this, you need to click that subscribe button right now. Tap it with the finger on your phone. Click it with the mouse on your computer, because we're covering these 2024 recruits all offseason long, so you can get a better understanding of how these freshmen are going to look on your favorite team. We're covering all the prospects one by one all off season, so you can get a better idea of what this class is going to shape out like. Hit that button. Stop missing out. But let's take a look at his 24/7 Sports player profile page here. And he's listed as a 4-star prospect in their rankings as the wide receiver 11. However, in the composite, he is the wide receiver 9, is listed as a 5-star. I do not know if I'm going to title this as him being a 4-star or 5-star. Usually I go the higher star. So if you see that, that's why. But 6'2", 190, signed on National Signing Day on 12/20 here. So a bigger wide receiver. The listings are always old. If you watched a few of these videos, I always say that. But they're always old. He could be a little taller, a little thicker by now. So we got to see on that. But he is one of the top wide receiver prospects in the class. And if you watch this channel a lot, you know I like to look at the offers. That's my favorite thing to look at when looking at the scouting report on 24/7 Sports or any other recruiting page. 23 offers. I feel that's a good sign. If you're 20 or more, if you're pushing 30, that's great. And if you got Power 5 teams coming after you, that's a good thing. Let's look at the complete list here, because at the top, it's not looking too grandiose. So we got some Power 5 schools here. Nothing major yet. Iowa there. We got Michigan, Michigan State. We got Virginia Tech down there. So we got some good Power 5 schools. Not the Alabamas or anything, but Notre Dame is where he signed at. There's where he's rolling. And we're going to have to watch him on tape to see how we feel about him. But he's played in the All-American Bowl, so he's able to make it there. They got him projected as a 2nd to 3rd round pick, so they think highly of him. That's a high draft pick still, especially forecasting out to the future. Marvin Jones is his comparison, so I'm expecting him to be a good route runner. I'm expecting him to be a technician. First thing they say, good route runner who shows burst off the snap. Does not currently have much in the way of documented speed, but gets on top of the defenders and behind defenses regularly. We're going to have to watch him on tape. They don't have much on the scouting report here. Has a leaner frame, and while he has above average size, already still has the appearance of a player who can easily add more weight. I think he probably could get thicker. We looked at the weight description up top here. 6'2", 190. Your build like that, you can easily push 200, 210. You can easily add to that. That makes sense here. Has twitch and change of direction to make cuts while moving. I can't wait to see this guy on tape. I can't wait to look at the highlights here. He did run track at 10.86 best at the 100-meter dash. That's good to go. That's good to go. If you're in the 10s anywhere, I consider you more than fast enough. If you're like 10.5 or so, you got deep speed, 10.86 at his height. I like that a lot. Good size adjusted speed. Let's just say that. Again, signed with Notre Dame on 12/20. Looks like he got an offer from Michigan State, Arizona State, Virginia Tech. We just looked at that. Committed with Notre Dame in June. Signed in December. Looks like he's locked in there. Has been locked in there. We all know this. 4-star recruit, 5-star recruit, depending on what rating system you want to look at here for 24/7 Sports. Looking at 0-3 on 3. At the top here, they got him listed as a 5-star. On the bottom here, on their on 3 rankings, they got him listed as wide receiver 6 and a 4-star, but wide receiver 9 here as a 5-star on their composite. So however you want to look at that, however you want to identify him, but they are higher on him than the other sites. Rivals has him as wide receiver 10, ESPN wide receiver 12, 24/7 Sports, like we just said, wide receiver 11. I don't care He's got good offers, Power 5 programs looking at him. He signed with Notre Dame. They're not going to sign him if they think he's a slouch. He's got documented 100-meter times into 10s, 10.86. That's solid with good size adjusted athleticism. He's pushing 5-star rating. I'm probably going to have that titled in the video. That being said, let's take a look at these highlights. I want to see what he looks like. You want to see what he looks like. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you heard anything about him during the recruiting process that I haven't mentioned, or you know something, please drop that down there. Sometimes if you live in the player's area, you know a little bit more because that's just natural. Just water cooler talk around town. I catch that with some of the high school guys in my area. But let's take a look at what Kyle Williams is doing. Catches the ball here. We're getting upfield. Definitely see some burst. We're pulling away. You see him pull away from the defenders there. And we're slowing up as we get to the goal line because he's not going to tear an Achilles or anything when we get there. Bam. Hits his hands, brings it down. We're aggressively getting upfield. We're eating cushion, and we run over a dude. Looking good in space, looking good in the open field. Coming off the line. Good burst off the line. Sells the inside, hits it out. Ball's coming his way, hits his hands. Catches it in stride. Big money play. Looking on to our next play here. Ball rips it to him. Good concentration, brings it in. Also, he had his man beat, had some separation here. Now we're on defense. Looks like we're a safety. We're going to come up. We're going to play the ball. Makes the tackle. Looking solid. Good read and react skills. Showed good burst on that play. Quarterback steps up, slings it. Look at the separation there. Had to stay for the ball. Ball was thrown behind him a little bit, if I read that right. Nice play there behind the line. Circle him off. I know it's him, but circle him off. Look at the speed there. Look at the speed there. He's got a good turn. He's a guy that once he gets up to full speed, you see it. I see the track speed. I see it. And I also remember he's 6'2", probably pushing 200 pounds here. This is a senior year tape. Gets in there. We're in the slot. Hits on the post. Good hands, good concentration. That could have been easily a drop or just a missed play. Behind the line. Brings it to his hands. Brings it back into his body. We're getting upfield. Being assertive. Good to see that. Another kickoff return. We're going to opposite field. We're going to hit that sideline. Let's clear this. We're clearing it. He's gone. Oh, yes. We see that speed. We see the burst. Slows up because he knows he has the separation there. Good play by him. Calling for the ball. Creates that separation on the comeback. Did not get a good look at the footwork there, but I could definitely tell by the speed coming off the ball and the comeback range that it had to be a good stop there, a good dig. Making the guy miss there. Look at that. Creating separation. Not full speed. He's not at full speed. You got to understand, some of these guys got the defense beat so badly, they're not going to be at full speed. Hits it. There we go. Sometimes you got to circle these players off. He got a good turn there for his length of legs. Hits the guy, does not fall down. Oh, now he does, but still. He's got a good pop in his step. Good length, too, for a DB, but we're looking at him as a wide receiver. Great separation, beats the defense. We're downfield. Another thing about Notre Dame is they like their wide receivers to be bigger, like taller at least. They don't like those under 6-foot guys. Look at the guys that went out for the NFL. And they like good size adjusted athleticism. And we're seeing that here. He's got good size adjusted athleticism. Sneaky wide receiver prospect. I can see why he's a fringe 5-star. I can definitely see it. That size adjusted athleticism is something you do not see much in classes these days, because wide receivers are coming out a little bit smaller, and you're just not seeing bigger guys move like this. But I consider him a bigger guy because he's 6'2", he's got length on him, And the length on them is more than a lot of wide receivers. A lot of wide receivers, they'll top out around 5'11", 6 foot, and not hit 200 pounds when they're coming out for the NFL draft, not just high school. We saw that in last year's draft class, and that's where I'm making those comparisons. And when I say size adjust athleticism, we already got a height, we already got the frame to build into. We're running 10.86, and it's transitioning to the football field. Sometimes you'll see guys running into 10s and it doesn't transition. I've called it out before, and people try to yell at me in the comments for that, and it was true, because those players ain't playing. Those players ain't playing. This guy's probably going to play. This guy's probably going to play. This guy's going to climb the depth chart. We're going to hear his name on Saturday. Sooner than later. Sooner than later. I imagine he was laid up the ranks in the recruiting rankings or something. Like a quick riser this year. And I can definitely see it because of this tape. I need to go back and look at his junior tape. This is all his senior year, by the way. And I imagine he's weighing a little bit more than what they got him listed at. I imagine the listed weight came over by the summer. Look at his read and react. He's got good burst. Man, I think he might be all right at DB with that speed and athleticism and size. And you don't have many 6'2" guys at DB. His ability to just get to the ball. But look at him after the catch, though. That changes your mind real fast. That changes your mind. We've seen a lot of wide receivers. The difference between him and some of the other top wide receivers is his length, his size, combined with his top end speed and his burst off the line. We got a little bit of nuance, too. He just doesn't need to show it. He's very good after the catch. He's very rangy. He moves laterally very well. There we go. Good hands. Catches it away from his body mostly. And when he does, he brings it in and he gets upfield fast. Very assertive. Very aggressive player. Plays on both sides of the ball like we've been seeing. He's assertive on both sides of the ball as well. When he's got the ball in his hands, watch him. Let's see here. Let's clear this. Broke the tackle. Had to catch back up to him, but still. We got rain in this one. That's something to... Well, at least it's been raining. I don't know if it's raining now. It's a glossy field. Let's see what's going on here. Rolling out with the quarterback. We're going to step it up. There we go. Looking at this. Gets the handoff. Let's clear this. Let's clear this. Show that speed. Look at that. There's the speed. There's the speed. Now we're going to slow it up right here. Because that's what he does. Which is okay with me. As long as you don't get caught. I don't want you tearing your Achilles or pulling a hammy or anything or stopping all of a sudden when you don't need to. I don't need you doing that. Just clear it, get your touchdown, roll with it, and get to the next play. Bam. Nice play. Nice play. Cam Williams. People need to be talking this guy up. I'm not seeing many people talk him up on Twitter or anything. I haven't seen it. I searched his name before I did the video. He's coming up. But no one's really bragging or anything, especially the Notre Dame fan base. You guys got somebody. You guys got a player that you can throw the deep ball to. You can get you yards after the catch. Fairly strong at the catch point, I would say. He's very good at the catch point. Very strong hands. I want to see more of his workout footage. I need to start pulling out workout footage on these wide receivers, those 1v1s. And we can start going over the nuances of the route running there. Because I want to go deeper into that. Because you're not going to catch that in the high school film a lot. Because their beating defense is so easy. With just their pure athleticism. He's doing that a lot. You get him the ball in space, he's gone. He's gone. That 10-6, 100, you see that on tape. It transitions to tape. And that's a good thing to see. Because you see some players who have good track times. It does not go to the tape. It doesn't. Even on the highlights. They don't have a play that shows it. And that's a huge red flag. He doesn't have that. He's good to go. He's good to go. He's very rangy. He has size. He has strong hands. I feel like he's going to be a good hit at the next level. I feel like Notre Dame has a good player. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.